Welcome to today's session. Please take a nice deep breath, and as you exhale, close your eyes, allowing yourself to focus on your breath. Relaxing your physical body, letting all the muscles release any tension, tightness that they are holding. Breathing easily and gently without trying to control it, simply being present with your breath. Today we speak about soul contracts. If you often find yourself wondering what makes life tough for you, be it keeping happy relationships, making enough money, staying in good health, you may want to consider an otherworldly force influencing your human life. These energy barriers to good health, financial prosperity, or staying physically active and in loving relationships may come from your soul contracts, born out of fear, pain, anger, or guilt. Soul contract is a set of promises that are made with your soul tribe way before you incarnate on earth. These little promises between souls are supposed to define the lessons that your soul chooses to learn in this human lifetime. Each of these promises helps advance your soul in its learning, in its awareness, in its growth. And just as your soul tribe agrees to help you and your soul grow, you have certain promises made to them for their soul's growth. Your interactions for this may be momentary or lifelong. It could be simply a kind word to a stranger. It could be a lifelong friend whom you depend on. It could simply be the act of giving money to a beggar on the street. Each of these are different types of soul promises, part of your soul contract. So, why don't we remember these? Most of these soul contracts are forged during our life between lives with the help of our soul guide and the soul tribe that chooses to be born with us. But the incarnation on earth makes us undergo soul amnesia. This prevents us from being burdened by the past. We begin with a fresh life even as we work through the karmas of the past lives we have led. And every single lesson, every single situation that comes to test us in our human life is something that we have chosen, something that we choose to learn and grow from. And as long as a lesson is resisted, it will resurface over and over again in our life. That's how we know that these are the patterns in our lives that we need to heal. The healing comes through awareness and acceptance of the lesson. For the next couple of minutes, make yourself accept that the situations that are bothering you, the roadblocks on your path, come from a soul contract. Affirm to yourself, each roadblock is a soul contract that leads to a lesson. And each lesson learned leads me to my true self. Each roadblock is a soul contract that leads to a lesson. And each lesson learned leads me to my true self. For the next few minutes, stay with this awareness and acceptance. Each roadblock is a soul contract that leads to a lesson. Each lesson learned leads me to my true self. Each roadblock is a soul contract that leads to a lesson, and every lesson learnt leads me to my true self. Every time the lesson tests you, you respond differently. This is because of the progress that you have made, the growth as a soul. And once you have made enough progress, the lesson is complete. How do you know when your lesson has been completed? Even if the situation reoccurs, it won't have any power over you, and you will be free from that soul contract. So, the next time you find yourself wondering what makes life so tough for you, remember that the universe doesn't hate you, it's simply making you grow based on all the promises that are present in your soul contract. And bringing that awareness and acceptance into your life will make it easier for you to grow as a soul, to accept the situations that you are in, to look for the lessons and imbibe them. And with this beautiful new awareness, once again bring your attention back to your breath. Just paying attention to each inhalation and exhalation, becoming aware of the different sounds, textures, feelings, and energies around you. Anchoring your physical body back into the here and now, releasing your meditative trance. Gently moving your fingers and toes to reanimate the body. And staying with this awareness of how every soul contract allows you to grow. Bring yourself back to the here and now, into the present moment. And when you feel ready, you can open your eyes. Thank you, and so it is.